stage, Mike Zakarian.
Well, here we are again. Here we are. Supposed to be days off, and Shams just won't let me sleep, won't let me rest because the Milwaukee Bucks are out there just getting freaky with it. It has been a weird start to the day. We had a couple of different, notable things, but then it all, just kind of unfolded pretty quickly here on the Milwaukee side of things. And hey, if you're just joining us for the first time, before we, really get into it, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel. But here we go. So this is what went down just 15 minutes ago. Miles Turner agrees to a 4-year, $107 million deal with the Milwaukee Bucks, plus a player option for year 4 in 28, 29, and a full 15% trade kicker. Maddie in the chat saying, I hope the Turner deal lowers the money on the Jalen Duren extension. There you go, maybe. But I thought this is pretty interesting. And my immediate thought was just that, wow, okay, so one team loses an Achilles, another team gains one. Halliburton goes down, and it really just changes the trajectory of where Turner was going. Because, again, before we get into the rest of the Milwaukee stuff, I do think that the Pacers were planning on bringing Miles Turner back heading into Game 7 of the NBA Finals. Win or lose, I do think that was the intention of the Pacers. And now with Halliburton going down, Turner probably looking around being like, man, I could maybe go get a few extra dollars if I go elsewhere. Now, I was heading into today thinking that it was not not Miles Turner that the Bucks were going to be going after, but in fact, it was going to be DeAndre Ayton. So I guess Lakers fans, maybe you can wipe some sweat off the brow, because it does seem like Ayton should be heading to the Lakers. But I thought one of the more surprising things was what was then announced soon after that, because I do think a lot of people, when the Turner deal happened, a lot of people were like, wait, hold on. What's going on? And then bang, the Milwaukee Bucks are waiving Damian Lillard and stretching the remaining $113 million of his contract in order to acquire Turner. Lillard's 2 seasons in Milwaukee come to an end as he rehabilitates the torn Achilles. Bucks found a creative path to waive and stretch Lillard, while leaving their future draft assets untouched. In a stunning turn of events, Miles Turner departs the Pacers to join the Bucks. I just thought it was kind of nuts that at first I thought it was kind of nuts that they weren't able to find another sort of trade partner landing spot for Damian Lillard, because I know he's out this year, but thought there might be some interest in finding a new home for him. But I do think this goes back to almost everything that we've talked about in the last month or so as we've been leading up to this offseason stuff. There's just not a ton of flexibility in the current market of the NBA, and you're seeing guys just flat out get waived right there. And Sean, we got the Storm and Pinball man says that's a lot of money to pay for a guy who looked like he couldn't wait to get the ball out of his hands during crunch time. Are you talking about Miles Turner, or are you talking about Damian Lillard, who they're just paying to not be there? I am a Turner fan. I mean, I think if Turner is your number 1 or honestly number 2 offensive option, that's not great. That's not great. But I also think that matchup against the Thunder was pretty awful. I thought Turner had an excellent postseason in rounds 1, 2, and 3, but against the best defensive team we've seen in 35 years, he didn't do great. I'm willing to be like, Turner is still pretty good at basketball. And to say it's a lot of money, right? What did we say was $107 million over 4 years? I mean, I don't know. Is that a lot of money? I'm not really sure. What is that? 20 something, 26 million a year. Is that right? Something like that. 26 and a half. I don't know. I don't hate it. Eduardo said Dame was injured. Dame was injured. Yeah, for sure. I know he was injured, but I still think it's kind of nuts that they just straight out cut him. I do. That's essentially what they did. They waived him. And so now it gets Dame an opportunity. I mean, hey, Miami, listen, the Miami Heat, who you've been down so bad, you thought the Portland Trail Blazers did you wrong by not giving you Dame time. Well, now go ahead. You can go get him. Does Dame get signed this year for cheap? He needs somewhere to rehab now. I would have guessed no. That he doesn't sign this season. I don't know if another team, what other teams right now currently just have a ton of cap flexibility that they would pay Dame? Brooklyn, and I don't know why he would agree to do that. I think Dame probably takes this year. He rehabs, maybe starts a podcast, gets on ESPN. He's still getting bought out for all that money, right? So it's not like he's poor. And then he should treat this like a coach that gets fired. When a good coach gets fired, And like Doc Rivers does this all the time. And instead of taking a year off, he just immediately dives into the next thing. Dame, don't follow your leader in Doc Rivers. Take a step back, look at the landscape, see what you got, and then go find the spot that makes the most sense to you. Los Angeles, what about the Lakers? Maybe he goes back home to Portland. Who knows? Who knows? For the Bucks side of stuff, I mean, I think like you lose Brook Lopez and you get Miles Turner. Bobby Portis can go back to that 6 man of the year role, right? I mean, they still don't have any guards. They brought Gary Trent Jr. back. They brought Taurean Prince back. I don't know. It's a lot of Kevin Porter Jr., man. And, you know, we're about to probably ban Malik Beasley from basketball, but old woman beater Kevin Porter Jr. can still keep hooping. But I don't know what other moves the Bucks are making around the edges. Do we think this was Giannis kind of pushing his thumb on the scale a little bit, being like, get me some help this season? Because again, even though they lost Damian Lillard to a torn Achilles, just like the Pacers did with Tyrese Halliburton, I mean, Giannis is worth like 45 wins by himself, right? And now you bring in a little bit more defensive help, a decent, like, I do think this is an upgrade from Brook Lopez in both shooting and rim protection. I thought Brook took a not severe, but a noticeable step back. And if you're looking around the rest of the Eastern Conference, it's the Cleveland Cavaliers who have shown they can't, or so far have shown that they can't get over the hump in the postseason. The Pacers are without Halliburton. It's the Knicks who might hire a coach sometime soon. And then it's like Magic, which we haven't seen them win a playoff series. It's the Atlanta Hawks, who everybody's excited about, but in like a hipster way. Like, I don't know what they're actually going to look like in the regular season. The Celtics have gone out of their way to say, hey, we're going to be ass this year. So I think the Bucks immediately are putting themselves in second round contention here, at least. And if you told me they got to the Eastern Conference Finals, I'd buy that too. Just because of how talented Giannis is right now. This is pretty wild, though. I did not see this. This was not on my bingo card. Did we get? Oh, no, it was just a Keith Tucker. Whoa. I was trying to see if we got any more Shams reports after this. Just the story. Just a weird way, you know, if you think about where the Bucks were, where, you know, they win the chip, and then Giannis deals with some health stuff. Middleton gets hurt in that game 6 against the Celtics, where Giannis and Tatum battle. Celtics end up getting through them. Then the next year, Giannis is dinged up. They get bounced by the Miami Heat, and then just, you know, go full Ja Morant, throw a grenade and blow it up. And after that, you get Damian Lillard in town. You don't really see, you just can't get the team healthy. You just can't get them healthy. Whether it's Giannis, whether it's Giannis, whether it's Middleton, whether it's Dame, they just have not been able to stay healthy. And, you know, they had some coaching blunders, right? I don't even say blunders, but just like mishaps. We're not gelling. I feel like we haven't really gotten a feel for what the roster could be. And again, I don't think this is a title contending move, but if this is a type of move, like one, they cleared the books of Dame. So Dame not on the books anymore. I think that's pretty important for them moving forward. They do allow themselves to be a little bit more competitive here in the Eastern Conference. Tesla said 14% of the cap and declining for 5 seasons for a ghost player. Not awful. Yeah, not awful. So I don't know what the future looks like if they are. I saw Sham say that he was trying, that the Bucks have retained a lot of their assets for the upcoming years, which, like, just a reminder, Portland owns most of those assets, which we dropped a video on that a little bit earlier today about, like, you know, could Giannis end up in Portland? Because Portland does own, and I guess you're a little bit bummed if you're Portland, because they own their 2028, 29, and 2030 first round draft picks. Yeah, I don't know. He still counts against the cap, so you're kind of rid of him. Yeah, but they were able to stretch it out, though, so it's not too bad. A creative path to waive and stretch Lillard, whose $113 million will be stretched over the next 5 seasons. So technically still on the books, but in a much more manageable manner, right? So that they can still make some moves around that. Let me see. Let me pull up the Bucks roster here for a second. Let's pull up what Milwaukee's looking like heading into this season. Like Indiana, we can look at too afterwards. I don't really know. I don't really know what Indiana, like, not that I don't know what they're doing. They're just not trying to. They just know they're not going to be good this time. You know what I'm saying? All right, hold on. Let me share a screen. Let's pull up Spotrac. Let's actually do it like this way so you can see, so you can see it a little bit better. Also, if you're just joining us for the first time, do me a favor, hit the subscribe, baby, get involved in the chat. Okay, so this is the roster right now. You got Giannis Antetokounmpo making $54 million. Kyle Kuzma, wow, you forgot the Kuz. Kyle Kuzma's still there at $23 million for the next couple of years. You got Patty Connaughton still out there getting paychecks, baby. AJ Green on a minimum. Andre Jackson Jr. on a minimum. Chris Livingston, I'm going to be honest. I have not heard of Chris Livingston. I haven't. And I do this every day. I don't know who that is. Tyler Smith, I do know that one. Booyah is there. So is Pete Nance, brother of Larry Nance Jr. So that's the roster. Plus, you now bring in Miles Turner. This hasn't been updated. You also got the Bobby Portis up in there as well. Wait, Joe Lederman. Joe's in the chat. Let's go, Joe. Good to see you, man. Wait, Giannis apparently not happy per Chris Haynes. Interesting. Wait, hold on. This could let's see what Chris Haynes has to say. Are you sure? Is it the right Chris Haynes or is it Ballsack Sports Chris Haynes? I'm pulling it up right now, Joe. Don't send me in the wrong direction. Breaking. Milwaukee Bucks star Giannis Antetokounmpo is not pleased with the team's decision to waive Damian Lillard. Okay, hold on. This I'm going to take this back. Joe, I'm going to take this back. This right here is some real PR shit. Oh, sorry, Boston Base. I totally missed it. This is some PR shit right here. I would have been more interested if Giannis said, I am not pleased with the addition of Miles Turner and the release of oh my God, Damian Lillard. Then I would have been in there. But if he's just saying, excuse me, can I have everybody's attention? I don't like how you treated my friend, right? If that's what it is, then it's a little bit different. If he's just trying to save face, because he did do this to his boy Drew Holiday. He did do this to his boy Chris Middleton. And now Damian Lillard comes in, and then Homer Simpson gif, Damian Lillard goes out. So Giannis, this is some PR stuff from the Giannis Antetokounmpos. Maybe Thanasis is out there right now being like, brother, you got to say something. It's the only thing that makes sense. Cameron in the chat. What's up, Cameron Quinlan? Says Chris Haynes is Giannis's cousin-in-law. His wife, Mariah's cousin, is Haynes. Wow. There we go. So yeah, but I will say again, if there is some real like miffed vibes here from Giannis, Portland, they got Drew Holiday over there. They've got some young assets. I cooked up a trade today. You send the Giannis Antetokounmpo goes from the Milwaukee. This is again, I just did this. This isn't breaking news. Giannis goes to the Portland Trail Blazers for Jeremy Grant, Time Lord. Milwaukee gets their own picks back for 28, 29, and 2030. That's 3 first-round picks that they're owned that they get back. Then they get Boston's pick in 29, Boston's first-round pick in 29, and then Portland's first-round pick in 2031. So that's 5 firsts, and then Grant and Time Lord to make it work. If Milwaukee wanted to play hardball, they make them give Shaedon Sharpe up too, and that works. And then all of a sudden, the Portland Trail Blazers are the second best team in the Western Conference. But again, I don't think that's what's going to happen, because I don't imagine the Bucks would have gone out there. I don't think the Bucks would have gone after Miles Turner. Consigliere said he's not going to the West. Why would Giannis waste a golden opportunity to steal the East? Listen, I just went over the Bucks roster. Yes, this does make the Bucks marketably better. They basically turned Damian Lillard, who was not going to play basketball this season, into Miles Turner. They lost Brook Lopez. They brought back Porter Jr. Actually, we've said Porter Jr. a couple of times. We did mention that he has beaten a woman. Let's do the Porter Jr. drop, though, for Michael Porter Jr., for Kevin Porter, and for Otto Porter.
We're the Porters. We share the crowd of up and down performers, throwing things in buzzer beater corners. And one of us is playing for the Warriors. We're juniors and we're the Porters.
There you go. A little Porter action. I still don't think this makes I would still put the Knicks ahead of them. I would put the Cavs ahead of them. But then I think they're right there. I think you put them right there. I talent-wise, I think I'm still putting Orlando and Atlanta ahead of them. But then they're right there, and we don't know what you're going to get for the Sixers. So I would say somewhere between a 3 seed and a 6 seed. Does that sound fair for the Milwaukee Cucks? Does that sound fair? I think that's where I would put them right now. But man, this is pretty stunning. I did not see the Dame. When they signed Turner, I was like, oh, I guess they had that flexibility to do that. And then I saw the numbers, and I was like, I don't think so. So I can't really figure out. I couldn't figure out how they did it, and I'm still surprised, man. I'm surprised that they sent Dame a packing. But again, shout out to Miami Heat. You're finally going to get your guy. You're finally going to get your guy. Let's go back and look at the. I had the Bucks payroll up. Let's go look at the. Let's go look at Indiana now and what this means for them moving forward. Okay, I don't. Whoa, Giannis tweeted this out 53 minutes ago. When did the Miles Turner trade go down? Oh, wait, there it is. Hold on. Let's look at this shit. Okay, I need to know if Giannis is out here just making. Is this all PR? Look at this. Look at this. Mood. I don't know what's going on right now. This is Giannis just tweeted this. Giannis just tweeted this. So he does know. He does know what's going on. There's no way they did this without his knowledge. He knows what's going on, man. He's trying to get them clicks. Man. Interesting. All right, let's go back over to Spotrac and take a peek at I see Jay Blaze in the chat. Let's go. Let's go back over to Spotrac. So again, this is the roster right now. You got Giannis, the Kuz, Patty Kahn, AJ Green, Jackson Jr., Livingston, Tyler Smith, all on minimum contracts. Booyah, and Pete Nance on two ways. You got Bobby Portis coming over, and now Miles Turner. Let's look at their so the draft picks. These are the picks that they have, right? They've got their own 2026 first round pick. So there you go. They've got that one. They've also got the New Orleans one as well. They got New Orleans 2027 first round pick. No, this can't be right. Why is it showing it like this? That can't be right. Anyways, whatever. Let's go check the Pacers. Yeah, no, I know he tweeted that an hour ago. I'm just saying he knew. Is Ayton going to the Pacers? Did that happen yet? Or are you just saying that? So this is let's go look at the Pacers. And let's see what we got here. All right, so the Pacers now have Halliburton still on the roster for $45 million. You got Pascal Siakam, Spicy Pete for $45 million. Nembhard for $18 million. Obi Toppin about to ball. Obi Toppin is about to ball. You got Aaron Nesmith there at $11 million. TJ McConnell, Benedict Mathurin, Jarris Walker. Get ready for big Jarris Walker minutes this season. Tony Bradley still on a minimum. Ben Shep, Johnny Furphy, and Ray J. Dennis. Is that the Ray J? Is that Kim Kardashian's Ray J right there? No, he's 24. Can't be. Would have been cool though. So yeah, DeAndre Ayton is interesting. DeAndre Ayton is going to Indiana is interesting. Jeb, the only thing is I don't think he would take too much money. And it feels like if Ayton was smart, right, he's just playing for 1 year here, wherever he goes for 1 year, maybe like a player option for a second year to try. Like, because I think he wants to get into back end of free agency as fast as possible. I would think, right? Go out there and just get paid again. And if he's smart, but he's not, But if he was smart, he would go to the Lakers. And I'm not trying to do mainstream media stuff, West Coast bias, not trying to do anything like that. I just think if there was anybody that could get you paid, it's Luka, right? If you're a center, you should be going out. I mean, he made Jackson Hayes look serviceable for a couple of months until they got to the postseason. So I think if DeAndre Ayton is smart, he just goes to LA, lets Luka throw him lobs, does some pick and roll shit, grabs some rebounds, just be a serviceable big for a year, and then let somebody like the Wizards or the Hornets overpay you. I think that is what I would do if I was DeAndre Ayton. And I'm trying to think of other landing spots that we could potentially see, like the Celtics. Man, I saw Daniel just put it in the chat. Who is going to be the Celtics? Do you think it's a rebuild year? Yeah, I actually have a picture of something that I think makes a lot of sense for what the Celtics are going to be doing here. Hold on, let me get it. I think we got it right here. Okay, yeah. So I found some Celtics stuff here that I think will help us decide who is going to be playing center next season, and it's any one of these. We've got this tank here. You got a main battle tank. This is from security clearance. There's a tank with some flags. We get some tank over there. If you want to be an animated tank, you've got that one. Here's some more camouflage tank. That's what the Celtics are going to be doing. That is what the Celtics are going to be doing. They are going to be tanking. There are no centers available left besides essentially Al Horford, who should go to either the Denver Nuggets or the Golden State Warriors. The New York Knicks signed Yabusele. So the Knicks are kind of off the market there. So really, Al's choices are Golden State, Denver, who made some great moves yesterday, and then the Celtics. But I just don't think he's going to be the Celtics, which means the Portuguese prince of Namias Queta, get your so rare cards now. Get them now, because it's Namias Queta, the Portuguese prince. It's Luca Garza, the most chaotic man I've ever seen play live basketball at Summer League a few years ago. The ghost of Xavier Tillman. Like, it's tough sledding. It's tough sledding over there. So I do think it's going to be tank season. CP3 to the Bucks is what Consigliere was saying would be good. Yeah, I mean, they do need a guard. They are desperate for a guard right now. Again, it's a lot of Kevin Porter Jr. and not a fan of the KPJ. I feel like Kevin, my brother was texting me about this morning, actually, because he's like, well, KPJ actually cooks. If you're like betting on basketball overs or like fantasy basketball, sure, give you all the Kevin Porter Jr. you want. Get KPJ for days, man. KPJ for days. But that's it. You're not winning basketball. You're not getting Kevin Porter Jr. to play winning basketball. I don't know. Cole Anthony. Yeah, that's a good point. Cole Worlds. Cole Anthony, who got bought out by the Grizzlies. I thought he was going to the Bing Bong Boys of New York, but instead, the Knicks went to Utah. They went out west. They went Mormon hunting, and they grabbed Jordan Clarkson. He's going to be joining the team next week. So you got that. Do you think the Bucks cutting Dame will make? Yeah, let's do a Top Shot drop. What kind of Top Shot drops do we have here? Let's for all the Top Shot bros here. Let's see. What do we have? We don't even have. Let's go. None of this is financial advice. Do what you love what you do. Something like that, right? Man, what a wild couple of days, huh? What a wild couple of days. Weisberg, 2 for 2 Weisberg. 2 for 2 Weisberg. Yesterday comes in right after we broke down the video of the Lakers getting caught talking shit about Dorian Finney-Smith. Moments later, Weisberg comes in and does this. And then today, keeping the streak alive, comes in and talks about the relationship between Haynes and Giannis's wife just moments after Cameron Quinlan hit us up in the chat. Weisberg, yeah. What's like what Wojnarowski, we could call it, you're like a Woj, a Woj whoopee cushion, maybe. It's not really a bomb, but it's like a fart noise. Oh, hell yeah, baby. Shout out Weisberg, man. The GOAT. Weisberg's the GOAT. I mentioned Luca Garza in Summer League. I know you guys all probably know this by now, but just a reminder, we will be out in Vegas in Summer League in just over a week, July 10th to the 14th. We will be out there. We're going to games on Thursday, Friday, possibly Saturday, definitely Sunday. And then I'm going to sleep for like 3 or 4 days after that because I'm too old for this shit. Insert Danny Glover meme. I don't know. Anything else from this? I mean, we'll probably cook for like 5 more minutes unless we get some more stuff. I really don't know what to make of it. I really don't. We've got for people asking about Celtic stuff, there's a video premiering here in just a couple of minutes over on the Celtics Daily channel, which I'm posting a link to that. I'll share. And that kind of covered their moves, what it's looking like in the future here. But yeah, video dropping here at noon. Also, look at that. Cruised past 1,000 subs over there. Cruised about there. When is the Borland meet and greet in Vegas? Yeah, we need it. Welcome back, Stan. Welcome back. But yeah, I imagine, like, do you guys think we're getting more stuff, or do you think we're now like I almost want to give Shams a little bit of credit. He said stuff was about to get crazy, and I was like, yeah, okay, bro. And then he went out and cooked, man. We've had a lot of movement between the Nuggets trade, between Miles Turner, between the Lakers stuff. I don't really know. When we do need a Borland meet and greet. Weisberg says Dame to Dallas reuniting with J. Kidd. I mean, maybe. Do you think, though, like, there's no reason for them to sign him now, right? Like, why would anybody add the salary to the books? I mean, I guess the only thought process I could see is if you think you're getting on a discount on Damian Lillard before we know he's healthy, so maybe you would sign him for a discount. But if I'm Dame, don't you sit back and wait? Don't you treat this like Tom Thibodeau this offseason? Just kind of sit back, see how the chips fall, because I feel like the dumbest thing you could do is sign up for a team right now. And then what if that team has like a weird season and somebody gets traded or I think about Klay Thompson, right? And not that Dame should do what Klay did, because those are different situations. Klay wasn't hurt. But like Clay goes to Dallas, he's all thrilled. He gets to play with Luka. And then halfway through the season, Luka gets traded to a different team. And now you're like, oh man, Spencer Dinwiddie, please hit me with the ball, right? So if you're Dame, why not just like, enjoy the offseason, drop a mixtape, start a podcast, do something like that. And then as the season unfolds, pick your spots. Is there a rush to get back? Like, I don't know what the benefit would be now for Dame to sign with the team. And again, I get from the team's perspective, maybe there is a benefit because you're getting a discount on him, but why would Dame do it? Unless I'm missing, if I am missing something, please tell me in the chat because I am an idiot. So there is a chance that it's just me being dumb, but I feel like that would be the move. What are the other dominoes that we're waiting for here besides my pizza? Do you think Grimes is getting the 25 million a season he's looking for? It's hard to get 25 million in this economy because of the tariffs, but based on like what we're seeing everybody else get, I mean, Julius Randle got 30 million a year and Grimes thinks he's going to get 25. I mean, this feels closer to like 15, I would think, but I don't know. He has enough money that he doesn't need to work out at a team facility. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What type of deal can Dame size? Yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't really know. I mean, he's made a ton of money, but like like I said about LeBron, I'm not going to pocket watch here where, I do think it's kind of nuts for LeBron to opt in for 52 million and then be like, hey guys, why aren't we building a better team? So, but he also earned that right to get that money. Like the team gave him that deal. So like he should get the money. So it's not Dame's responsibility to be like, I'll take a cheaper pay cut. I'll go cheaper for you. But does the wave and stretch affect his earning potential? I don't think so. Dame gets Duncan's salary. Yeah, send him to Miami. Get him now. So Maddie, I missed this. He said Dame's only benefit would be doctor training facility. So let's rule out the Pelicans. A+, dude. A+. Any other guys like we're waiting on to move here? Is there anybody else we're waiting on? I know Chris Paul, Al Horford. So I guess like you're not allowed to be 39 and make your decisions quickly. You have to talk about it over with your family and your grandkids. Those seem, and then DeAndre Ayton. I guess those are like the three big ones we're waiting for here. I don't know. Waiting on the world to change. John Mayer, never forget. But I think that might do it there, unless it was just a quick hitter, a quick 30-minute hitter. But wanted to get that out there. I thought that was pretty good. You said there's oh wait, what happened? Hold on. Did we get a sham slam? What did he say? The Sacramento Kings are trading Giannis. Whoa! Okay, this actually is a pretty big deal. This is a big deal because Dario Saric was just eating a hole, a Jokic-sized hole into the Denver Nuggets bench. He was the reason that they took the MLE. No. Right. Yeah, he was their mid-level exception, I think, last or 2 years ago. I forget what the correct phrasing was. But Dario Saric had a player option, opted in because he was like, no one is paying me this, so let me go take this. And then my name is Jonas Valanciunas. Now they have a legit backup big. Somebody said DeAndre Jordan erasure. Yes, absolutely, DeAndre Jordan erasure. So I like it. I like it a lot. Tesla said 50 million is already a bargain for LeBron, been underpaid his entire career. Both things can be true. He can be underpaid, and he also can't be mad that LeBron is smart enough to know how roster construction works. So you can't opt into 52 million and then being like, hey guys, why aren't you building a better team? Like, just take the money then. Take the money. Can't do both. This is huge though for Denver to get a legit backup big because those non-Jokic minutes were just awful. And Saric was out of the rotation, basically had 5 minutes of Dario Saric before they were like, we'll never be able to play this man again. And so now getting Jonas Valanciunas, who Jokic can actually take nights off now. He can take nights off if he wants. That's huge. But to now when Jokic does sit and he only plays like 30 minutes, now you have a real guy back there. You have a real guy. Also, did Horford say no, says Weisberg? Does this mean no Horford? I don't necessarily think this means no Horford. Reason being, I think that this still can mean like we've saw what the Rockets did with their three bigs. I think Al Horford like brings a little bit more 3-point shooting, a better defensive presence, can actually like play defense. Where Jonas is just going to get you rebounds, right? Rebounds and buckets. And then here we go. Gary Harris agrees to a do. Oh, this changes everything. I wonder if Giannis tweets about this. Gary Harris to the Bucks. We knew Gary Harris was leaving Orlando, because that gives them, they just can't pay everybody. They just can't pay everybody. Can't be throwing around billions and then cry poor when it comes to pay the tax. No. You like physically can't do it. It's not about just paying the tax. Like you just physically can't do it. You like can't build teams like that. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying boo-hoo ownership. I'm not sad for the billionaires, but that them's be the rules. You know what I'm saying? Calvin Booth is the worst GM ever. Good Lord, this is so much better. Yeah, I mean, listen, the one concern I had, Taylor, heading into this, and the Hoop Collective did a good job talking about it today, is just like you went out there and you like created all this space, right? You get a cheaper version of Michael Porter Jr. and Cam Johnson. You get Bruce Brown back on a vet min. But then it was like, are you actually going to use the MLE? Now, this move does not, you haven't spent money yet on Jonas Valanciunas, right? This was just like a straight up trade. Do you actually go out there and spend money, get into the repeater tax? Do you actually do it? Do you give yourself a shot to get out of the Western Conference? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. That's a fun move, though, for Denver, man. Denver, I still think Houston and Atlanta are way out in front as offseason winners. I'd put Denver in that next tier. And honestly, Milwaukee, I think getting off of the Dame contract's pretty good. And if this is going to make Giannis happy, then I'm happy. If it's going to make Giannis happy, then it's worth it. But man, that's huge. Huge, baby, from the Shams. Sham Slam's been cooking today. He's been absolutely cooking. Wow. Whew, I'm tired. I wasn't planning on going live today, guys. I wasn't planning on doing it. Let's see. Everybody go check out the Celtics video that's happening right now. It's happening right now. Go check that out. Go subscribe to that channel if you haven't done it yet. Dropping the link one more time. I think we'll call it there, but I tell you what, if something else wild goes down, you know what we're doing. We are going to be firing it up. We are going to be firing it up.